I call Claudia Webbe.
Thank you, Sir Mark Hendrick, and it's a pleasure to serve under your chairship. I want to congratulate the Honourable Member for Leeds East for securing this important debate. The UK economy was already facing a crisis of high inflation driven by corporate greed that was squeezing living standards and forcing millions deeper into poverty. But while large corporations have exploited the crisis and the government's inaction to make record profits and pay hefty dividends to shareholders, the Bank of England has again increased rates that punish ordinary people who are not the cause of the inflation the bank supposedly wants to bring down. Worse, the bank knows that people and wages are not driving inflation. Even the Bank of England chair, Andrew Bailey, admitted at the press conference announcing the latest crippling interest rate hike that he knows wages and remuneration are not causing high inflation. Instead, he said the high prices being charged for food and clothes are the main drivers. Food and clothes, two of the main essentials that people have no choice but to spend on. You would think with this that the workers of Leicester would be wealthy, such is the huge scale of food and garment factories that exist, clothing and feeding the nation. Yet 42% of children in my constituency of Leicester East are living in poverty. According to the latest ONS data from 2022, the median annual wage of workers in Leicester East is £19,960, compared to an average of £25,837 in the East Midlands and an average of £27,756 in the rest of the UK. There are no union recognition in these factories to protect workers from the profiteering supermarkets and billionaire garment brand owners. What is this interest rate hike meant to do? Force people to eat less and wear rags, cheap, unsustainable garments? When all you have is an interest rate hammer, ordinary people, even the poorest, look like a nail. The government needs to force the Bank of England to work with it to bring an effective approach to controlling inflation by capping prices, and that hits companies in their profits when they stoke so-called greed inflation, not hammering innocent ordinary people over and over. Last week, former Monetary Policy Committee member Danny Blanchflower said that the Bank of England was guilty of terrible groupthink, incompetence, and should just quit because their decision to raise interest rates was so appalling. Corporations, brands and retailers are abusing the people of this country for the sake of profit. The Bank of England is attacking the wrong people, and this government is failing in its primary duty of protecting the people. So I ask the Minister, when is the government going to step in and end this greed-driven, greedflation madness? Thank you, Chair.